to my classroom. Today we're talking about one of my favorite groups of animals, the reptiles. And we're going to talk about the characteristics of reptiles, the things about their body and their behavior to let us know that they are indeed a reptile. So the first thing is something inside their body. And we have the same things inside our body. We have bones. You feel these bones? If you behind your neck, feel those bones all the way down your back. Those bones are called the vertebra. And another name is a backbone. Okay? So this is a little part of a skeleton of a little snake I found one time. You can see all those little vertebrae, the bones that make up your backbone. Now, sometimes children come and they say, I don't think snakes have any bones. Look how they move. But of course, they actually have another little snake skeleton, a complete one this time, with the head, the body, and the tail. No leg bones, but they've got lots and lots of bones. And all those vertebrae, the backbone, is what helps them move like they do. But they have lots of bones. So all reptiles have bones inside, and they are what we call vertebrates. These are vertebrates. Now, if we pick one up, they feel kind of cool. Pick a little turtle and see how he feels. And she feels cool. I feel warm because I'm a mammal. But my turtle here is cool. Her body temperature is the same temperature as the classroom. It's a little cooler in here. To get warm, my turtle would have to sit on a nice rock in the sun or in a sunny place or under a heat lamp in her cage to get warm. Their body temperature changes depending on where they are. So they're what we call it being cold-blooded, but they're not always cold. Sometimes they're cold and sometimes they're warm. That's what's happening inside, bones and blood that changes temperature. Now, on the outside, they have scales. All reptiles have scales. And you can see my little snake skin here. The snakes and lizards shed their skin. The snake in one piece, little eye scales there for the tip of the nose, all the way down to the tip of that tail. They just kind of peel it off like you peel off a sock. Now I have a little friend here who's shedding his skin, but he's a lizard, so he just kind of sheds it in pieces. It looks funny. He looks funny. Look at the feet. See a little piece of scale on the feet, okay? And then the head, it looks like he's got a little mask on or a hat of some kind. The scaly skin is dried up and ready to fall off, but he needs to rub it off, okay, to get it all off. Right? He's got scaly skin. His is kind of bumpy, okay? He's a little gecko. They come from a desert, so he's got that nice camouflage scale. Look at our turtle again. Turtles have a shell. In addition to having scaly skin, they all have a shell. So the turtles are reptiles that are kind of unique. They have a beak and a shell. Other reptiles have teeth and just skin. But all turtles have a shell, but you see the scales on the feet. This is a box turtle, a land turtle. You might see them out in the woods. Please don't take them home as a pet. Leave them there. They're wild animals. They don't want to be a pet, really. Look at another turtle. This one comes from the pond. Let's see if he'll cooperate today. Sometimes he cooperates and sometimes not. But you see the shell, and you can't see the scales because he's got his legs full in that shell. Not a very happy little turtle. He says, now what are you doing to me? Let me go. But trust me, he's got scales on his feet. You can see that beak, okay, up there. I have a beak and a shell, but they're still reptiles. Now, most reptiles lay eggs. There are a few snakes and even some lizards that have live birth, but most lay eggs. And they can lay their eggs on land. Remember the amphibians that Mr. Monroe showed you? They have to lay their eggs in the water, but not the reptiles. They can lay their eggs on land. And even those sea turtles that spend their entire life in the ocean, they have to come back to land to lay the eggs. The eggs have to be laid on land. And that sea turtle has to come up for a breath of air every so often because they have lungs and they have to breathe air. Let's meet everyone's favorite reptile. The snake. They're red. This is red. It's a beautiful snake. He's called a corn snake or rat snake. He's sticking his tongue out. He's smelling with that tongue. He's looking all around, moving around. And while you may think, how can he have any bones? Remember, it's that skeleton, that long, long backbone that allows him to move around like this. So he's got lots of bones inside. And he again feels cool because his body is the same temperature as this classroom. Now, if you look at their beautiful shiny scales, the scales, they protect his body. And on the belly, on the bottom, he's got some different ones and they kind of help him move. The scales protect the body and they allow the snake to live in dry places that an amphibian would not move very happily. But because he's a reptile, he's just fine in a desert. So really amazing animals. Remember, don't ever pick up a wild animal. If you find it, just observe it and then leave it alone. They're wild animals. So our animals here are our little pets, but we don't take any animals out of the wild. So I hope you enjoy meeting the reptiles and you can learn more about them.